Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and today, well, we're still going east. That doesn't change. But the plan is, what we're going to do, first off, make a couple more spiders. Do we 12 and talking back before I know it? Oh, he's already talking back, trust me. It's a lot of just disagreeing with me constantly. Alright, so the plan today is I would like to build some, well, I need to build a few things. I need to build a new coal mine, because our coal mine ran out. So we're going to have to use that extension. And then we're going to prepare a few other things. So mines are going to happen. That's just how life's going to have to be. Clunk and clunk. Okay, let's quickly copy and paste those things. Some portable fusion generators. Oh, boy, do I have a deal for you. 2 fusion generators right there. Perfect. We have 2 more spiders ready to go for the army. That's actually not what we're doing here. What we are trying to do... We don't have enough lasers. We took away too many lasers. No. Okay, add more lasers. Just a stack of lasers. You can never go wrong with a stack of lasers. So we got solar panels. That's good. We're going to need some assembly machine 2s. Assembly machine 1s before someone has a go at me. That's fair enough. Okay, got those going. If already? No? Oh, I'm being called already. Sorry, just a moment. Just a moment, everyone. I have been summoned already, apparently. Okay, good news on that one. That was an easy fix. Ooh, sorry about that. Alright, so I just need to go grab something for Panda. Because she's got the baby on her lap. She didn't want to move because they're both pretty comfortable, and I respect that. I respect having comfortable baby moments. Okay, what do we need? Splitters. We need jimmer jammers. That's right, we do need jimmer jammers. Alright, so the plan is we're going to need a lot more rail. But by the time we're done with all this, hopefully the rails will just build themselves. For a while anyway. Oh, we're going to need more electric furnaces as well. Probably not actually. Probably don't need a lot of those. Very fine. Repair packs. Always good to have some extra repair packs, I think. I feel like more repair packs are good. Internet is weird at the moment, really low throughput. May I suggest like faster belts for your internet? You might say that makes no gosh darn sense, but I'm going to suggest it anyway. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to put these in place. Right there, that's good. I clearly do not care where those went. And finally, there should be some train tracks around here somewhere. Yes. Okay. We're gonna need more train tracks. I thought we'll just take more while we're at it. Oh, you know what we need? We need a new actual train. You're gonna go outside today and start yelling ones and zeros? Yeah, I'm sure that would help. I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. You probably get better connection, right? Is that the joke? Now, the copper train, which we're going to steal this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we need 12 cargo wagons. Okay, do that. We need a bunch of iron plates as well, which are easily acquired. That's 6. Is also a pretty good number, but not quite the number I need. That's 8. That's 8. 1, 2, that's 10, 12. There we go. That'll do us. We're going to need stack inserters. That's a known fact. And then what we want to do is have a way of we want to go out to the coal. We want to basically do one of these drop stations that is very silly and stupid. Also turn off that solid fuel drop. You have good internet in Australia. It's perfectly normal to wind up elastic bands in your model before going online. Yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints from my Australian mates about the internet in Australia. Your model. You know, I read model and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to accept that as fact. Now you say modem, it does make a lot more sense. All right. So, I'm going to take this train over to the coal pick. And what we're going to do is basically what we did over here. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Because it's the exact same thing, we can just copy it. We'll just copy that whole thing, because that's pretty good. And we do need to put my roboports back in. What do roboports look like? That? Good enough. We do need more rail chain signals, but thankfully we have those. Good. Good. Very nice. Credit to team. Now, what I'd also like to do is there was a coal station, a solid fuel drop. I need to have another one of those stations available somewhere. Possibly like that. Brilliant. So that will get the solid fuel in when we do it properly, which we haven't done yet, but we will do it properly very soon. And probably change those to stack inserters. Okay, the next step, we're going to need some red wires. Wire cannot reach. Wire cannot reach. Wire should reach, because I want it to. Okay, wire now reaches. Enable disable if solid fuel is equal 0. That should be fine. We need to do the same thing over there, but we can do that pretty quickly as well. Actually, let's go fix that now, because if we don't fix it now, it's not going to get fixed. So we really can't do more building until we set up these mines, because otherwise we're just simply not going to be researching things, and researching things I've heard is good for the soul. Yeah, just stop in the crossway. That's a good idea. That's virtually what we wanted. Okay. These are gonna have to be steel chests, I've just realized. That's fine, it's an easy fix. Enable disable, solid fuel, equals 0. Okay, that's gonna disable that one, which is fine, it can leave now. While we're gallivanting about the place, also just make sure the iron is working, because I don't think the iron is actually working quite how we want it to at the moment. We'll just make sure it is, because see, yeah, that's what I thought. We've got a bunch of mines that have stopped working, and I would like to get them working again. That one's actually been broken since the biters destroyed it all those times years ago, when biters existed. When biters roamed these lands as if they owned it. Dark times, I tell you, dark times. We might as well keep going. It'd be rude not to. It's my fault that biters exist. Not on this world. We don't know where this game is in the continuity of my streams. I know biters exist. I created them on one planet. I created them on exactly one planet. Not my fault for every planet. Oh, Nullius. Oh, shit! Shit, no! Crap, backing! Oh, God. Oh, God. That was always gonna happen when you manually drive trains. I just see, like, the red line of a train approaching. I'm like, ah! Oh, it takes so long for this train to speed up, too. I better go get my bots while I can. Okay. What were the odds of that happening one day? I decided to make 110 one trains. I think they're 112 one trains. Doesn't make it any better or worse, honestly. Just what they are. I'm about to make another one too. That's the important thing. We've got a note here. Okay. Huge success, absolutely. Couldn't have it any other way. Look at the dictionary, look up huge success, there'll be a picture of me. Anyway, that's the Seif designed a dictionary, what's it called? It's the Seif designed dictionary containing all the words that Seif needs to know. Why is there stone on that? Also, wouldn't it have made more sense to do it like that? Made way more sense. You could even just drop that. Oh, hell, I forgot about all the chests that we need for this to work. Yeah, okay, sure, why not? Forgot about all the steel chests. That's alright. Chests are important. That is true. They are. Oh. What's going on there? Yeah, we gotta go back. Ah, we are missing bots. Now, that copper train shouldn't be coming back just yet, so we should be okay with doing this. Now, I will have to collect these bots, because quite frankly, if I don't, they will be lost forever. In fact, I lost 2 of them already. So it's imperative that we collect these robots. I'm not fond of it, but it's imperative. Okay, that should get us home. Wonder how long it would take one to reach the end of the map. I mean, if they're more efficient than me, probably faster. Oh, I don't have any repair packs on me, do I? Nice. Good job. Okay, so we need a bunch of steel. You must steel yourself, lads. Also, we are down 1 cargo wagon, which is really funny, because I thought I had the correct number. Clearly not. It's not actually that funny. A little funny, I suppose. Saw the D&D movie yesterday? Movies or movie? If you saw the movies yesterday, that's a shame. But if you saw the one movie that's good, that's awesome. Good, right? Yeah. Glad you enjoyed it. I think it was a great movie. There's an absolute ragtag bunch of idiots doing ragtag bunch of idiot things. And that is the D&D experience. They house ruled a bit. House ruling is the D&D experience as well. If you're playing a game that hasn't got any house rules going on, I don't know if I believe you're playing D&D properly. I don't think I've ever played a game that didn't just hand wave a couple of things because the players or the DM didn't like it. They made some crazy plans that sometimes failed and still went through it. Exactly. And the number of times they had a good plan and they just immediately abandoned it because the plan was stupid. I like that too. We might need to reprocess nuclear fuel very soon. Okay. Try this again. Okay, so that copper's still going pretty well. I'm really impressed how much copper we're putting out through here. Might speak with dead, funny for the comic relief. Exactly. Well, there is a point, like my current DM was telling me that they were watching the movie with their partner, and It's like Speak with Dead, and they're like, "What is that about?" And it's like, "Oh!" So they stopped the movie, and he explains to their partner how it worked and that sort of thing, including the rule about how you only get so many questions. It's like that's a really arbitrary rule, and it's like, yeah, it is. And then they actually point out the fact it's a really arbitrary rule, and it's like, yep, I mean, you can't disagree with that. It is incredibly arbitrary how that spell works, and brilliant. We've used Speak with Dead in our current campaign, and it's been wonderful. Just the moment where we realized how screwed we were for a moment, and that was wonderful. We were all just like, what?" Like, "Oh, you've picked up my cursed item." "Your what now?" "My cursed item. You've got it." Uh, we didn't intend to have a cursed item, but I guess we do now. And I slowly put it down awkwardly. Also, the owlbear is not a beast. Look, if I had a player who really wanted to play an owlbear, they could get to play an owlbear in a stripped down fashion. You'd be like, "Hey, look, it looks like an owlbear, but functionally it's the same as a bear. Are you happy with that?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" You know, that's how you'd play it. A player in my most recent game wanted to have like guns and like a like a rifle type thing, and I'm like, that's too overpowered at your level. But what we can do, if you want, is we can make it with the pistol stats, but it can look like a rifle. Would that make you happy? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm like, sweet, problem solved. Yeah. If you're happy with that, then we've got no problem, and everyone gets to be what they want to be. Yeah, but we were playing at first level, and the gun they wanted was like quite a powerful gun, and I'm like, that's kind of too high level for what level you're at right now. So the compromise was that you can have your gun, but it won't be that gun, but it'll look like that gun because it's important for your character to have like that cool looking gun, you know? Of course, 5e does have guns. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that the gun that they wanted was a little bit too OP. And so the same thing with owlbear. You want to play an owlbear? Then you can have an owlbear. What I'm doing right now? Okay, good question, Dave. My coal station ran out, so what I'm doing is I'm building a new coal station. So the idea is the coal will come through the main line incredibly slowly, and then it will get dropped off into this part, much like what we did with the copper all those ages ago. So we're going to go find the next coal, which is probably past the copper. Over here, yes. And then what we're going to do is, I thought that was coal. It's not. What we're going to do is a train line that looks pretty much similar to this. What's the deal with the solid fuel train? Solid fuel train can't make plastics. Oh. I just understood what you mean. Why would we need a solid fuel train if we're loading coal? No more questions. That's good. That's a good point. I didn't consider that. Look, we want to have the same fuel all around. How about that? Anyway, Badless Dane has said, Dane has said, don the mask. So we shall don the mask as per his request. Yeah, okay, I didn't consider that, but a valid point. All right, we'll do what the shirt as well while that all gets done. I did it, do what the shirt. And you know who you face? You face Jaraxxus. You face Jaraxxus, Eridar Lord of the Burning Legion. Jaraxxus Park, baby. Welcome to Jaraxxus Park. Hey, my calendar's wrong. I'll change it later. That's my best dinosaur impression. I hope you enjoyed it. I did a T-Hex. Is that the sound T-Hex? Can we get T-Hex to make a dinosaur sound? Does he ever do that? Please tell me he does that. If not, I'm sad. He's the dino sound for raids. I know, but does he make the sound? The difference between someone making the sound and someone making a sound play a sound. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, we've got to strip mine this forest. I can't see a darn thing we're working on right now. While we strip mine the forest, maybe we should place the train. Steve, as a cat, I expect you to know, how do you get sense of smell and taste back? I mean, you've already got a sense of taste, because I know you. You're here, after all. As a sense of smell, though, time, I think. Unfortunately, time is the cure. Oh dear. I feel like it doesn't work quite as well the other way. Belts never work quite the same way. Your belts are kinda dumb. Right, okay, so it doesn't work quite as well. Way. Means this bottom side is slightly longer. Good to know, I suppose. How do I do this then? Without being disrespectful? The answer is you'd be disrespectful. Oh yeah, I've got all this wood. Okay, well let's get rid of this wood. Okay, so the problem here is we do need to actually pull all this down because we've messed up. Because what we need to do, apparently, we do actually need to load from the side or it doesn't quite fit. Which is disappointing. But that's just how we have to do it. It also means everything that we just cut down was for no reason whatsoever. I'm cool with that. What is a little bit of ecological wasteland? This will make sure we keep getting plastic, which can mean we can keep getting our... Why not do it horizontally? Why not do it horizontally? It's a very good question, Dave. Probably a better idea to do it horizontally too, isn't it? I don't know, I get into my head doing things one way and then I forget that any other option is a thing. Other way up, belts up. We'll do that in a second. Because the train's going to come in from that side, right? That's right. Yeah, this has to be this way. I'll just switch those around. We're going to have to just cut down a lot of trees for no real reason. A more professional way, exactly. Dave would have it no other way. Dave can't have it any other way. I've heard rumors that one time Dave tried not to be a professional, and he was the absolute most professional person in making things unprofessional, and it was just confusing and a paradox. Can I possibly build another one of these right now? No. That's alright. I just need to do this so we can get coal. Everything else is kind of not as required, but coal does need to be arriving in the facility, just so we can keep making the laser improvements. So I'd like to see some laser improvements today. Well, actually, we've already seen some laser improvements, haven't we? Have. In fact, what we want to do as well is cancel all of this except for that. By Planet ever showing my child the quote system? Look, I don't know, probably not. At some point the child will be aware of it for the stream. And I'll probably need to say to them, hey look, don't go telling your friends at school about the stream, just because it gets concerning that way. Like, it's weird if it's like, oh, you want to boast about it, and then I don't want other kids watching it and being like, your dad's a weirdo. Not untrue, but I still don't want them being mocked for it. Because, I mean, look, kids will mock other kids for everything, and I don't want that to happen. Why is your dad wearing a cat mask? Yeah, it's weird, huh? Why is your dad saying really weird things on a constant, daily, almost daily basis? Yeah, so that's just going to happen one day. I really don't know how all that's going to work out. That's time for another day. At some point he'll think it's cool that I'm streaming, and then later he'll think it's so cringe that I'm streaming. Whatever it is that kids say. As your dad's a streamer, your dad isn't. Exactly. That's a good answer. Same hat. Same brain cells, alright. What's your dad's OnlyFans? Oh. That's not good. That's not good at all. You know what? I think I'm not going to do the whole building a new solar panel for, well, building the tracks out here just yet. Just because I want to get some building done soon. What's your dad's OnlyFans? The more I think about it, the weirder that is. The more I think about it, the less I want to think about that line. Do I have water close by? No? Why? Oh, I see what you're thinking. For power? Nah. That was silly. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? They are all off by one. Okay. I think we don't have anything else to get it done quite yet. You're having a bad week or two? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Can we do the thing, nothing major to lull in your mental health? Well, look, take care of yourself the best you can, buddy. And know that there is people that care. That is always an important thing to note. We'll often forget that. You prefer a lull over than a lull? You know, I respect that too. I think everyone prefers a lull than a lull. Unless it's for the lulls. In which case, that's very different. You know what, this isn't balancing, and I don't care. I know we're trying to get something that balanced, but let's be honest, at the end of the day, I really don't care that enough. As a cat, expect me to know how long do you need to wait before you try the brand new seltzers? As a cat, I don't know what a seltzer is. What's a seltzer? Anyway, I hope that answered your question. Seltzers are sodas, I see. Cats don't know that. Cats aren't allowed sodas. Bad for them. But, I don't think you need to wait. I think it's fine. Just enjoy your seltzers, man. Alright, are we done with this? No. I think we've run out of miners. Neat. Soda comes from sodium. Wait, really? Huh. Okay, so we'll finish this off. That'll be rotated. Alright, looks like we're doing it manually. The latest fad is an alcoholic seltzer. Alcohol and soda water. It tastes foul. Okay, first off, make sure the copper train's not coming down this way right now. Looks like it's not. Full speed ahead, my dude. I say just try them, man. It's the professional thing to do. Into starting new mental health meds, having a $1,000 day at your business, catching COVID within 48 hours. Well, real good high to a really shitty low. Okay, see, I got some good news for you though. Okay, do you want me to try to turn this around for you, Dave? So, catching COVID is a thing that'll happen and it'll go away, right? It'll stop. I know it sucks that you've got it, but you know, you're being healthy, you're being looked after, I hope. You're looking after yourself at the very least. That's okay. However, the mental health meds, that's only going up. That can't go down from where you are. With COVID, can't go down any further. It can only go up. Right? And then you've got the $1,000 day at your business. That's another positive. Because that is a new record, I assume. Or if it's not a record, it's just a good day. And so if you've had a good day, you can always have another good day. COVID, that's going to go away. You know, when COVID goes away, sweet, yeah, it's done. You know, and you move on and you still have more awesome days ahead of you. COVID's a speed bump, sure, but that's the thing. It's a speed bump. It's not the end of the road. Just a little speed bump. Don't let that stop you. Because it won't stop you. You're better than that. You know you are. So you laugh it off, you go along with it, and you just, you know, it sucks that it happened. It did. And I'm not going to say otherwise because it sucks. It does. But, you know, growth. Growth is happening. You wanted to grow so much you decided to grow extra stuff. The grinding mentality is what needs to be adopted. I don't know if I'd call it the grinding mentality. I think when you call it the grinding mentality, you're almost looking in your head that it's something that just you need to just keep. It is almost dull. It is boring. You are grinding through it. I never like to use the word grinding. Some people say, oh, you know, grinding's follower numbers on stream. No, man, I'm not grinding follower numbers. I'm just playing the game that I like to play. And if that happens to look like more people join in, so more people join in. But it's never about that. It's about just doing your best. And so, you know, you progressed. And that's okay. Progression is good. You know, you are moving on, forwards, upwards and onwards. Huzzah, as they say. Adventure awaits. Huzzah! Anyway. We're just waiting for the copper train to reach its destination, aren't we? Where's that copper train? There it is. It'll be there soon. You know, we can go. We probably won't crash into it. So you keep being awesome, dude, because you'll get over this COVID, which sucks, but then you'll have like another like great day, your mental health will get better, and just generally you'll be rocking it. And that's my advice for everyone. Like, don't look at a setback and think that's, you know, stopping you. It's slowing you down. That's okay. But, you know, you got to pace yourself, and sometimes you got to slow down a little before you go off on a mad sprint. I tell you what that's like, but I've never mad sprinted in my life. So, anyway, hope that helped you and hopefully someone else who's having a bit of a downer day. These happen, sure, and I'm not going to say they don't. But, you know, I'm getting through it, isn't it? Okay. Moving on. Ah, crud. The only time I don't like to see water is when I'm doing these damn belts. Ah, crud. I don't have any landfill on me. I still don't have any landfill on me because I put the wrong thing on the train. Okay. I've got 100 landfill on me. That's not enough for anyone. Alright, it'll be nice to get this extra coal done. And the coal will last us quite a while as well, because we don't really use a lot of coal for anything else. I really don't like the grinding mentality concept. You know, it's like the side hustle concept and the grinding mentality. It sounds like it's something that you don't, it sounds like something that you're not enjoying. Like, I never grinded for levels in WoW or grinded for gear in WoW. I just played the game. If that happened to be grinding, I mean, that's, if I'm not enjoying the grind, then why am I doing it? Just why you don't grind. Never grind in those games. Just play for your enjoyment. If it just happens to be that enjoyment is what people would consider a grind, I mean, that's on them. Some people say this is a grind. Probably is. But I'm enjoying myself, so I tell myself. Delusions. Where am I going with this? I don't think I believe it anymore. Oh, crud. I needed more stack inserters. There's a grind, but it's a vessel for content. Yeah, I suppose so. We're missing a thing somewhere. Here we are. We're missing things two places. Deep Rock Galactic is a grind. Deep Rock Galactic is a grind, but that's just because you're playing Driller and you're grinding through stone. Rock and stone, brother. Rock and stone. Fries are a vessel for ketchup. And scones are a vessel for jam. Grinding is the only true way to enjoy the game. God, that is a miserable way to play a game, isn't it? The only way to enjoy this game is to be miserable. Why would I play your game then? That sounds like the saddest existence I can imagine. I don't want to play a game which makes me sad because it's dull. Actually, let's do it like this. Oh no, wait, we're lacking way too many stack inserters for this to be a good idea. Don't worry, it gets fun after 100 hours. Yeah, no, you know when say he tries to do the whole, don't worry guy, it gets fun after 100 hours, or, what's the other one? Oh man, it gets really good third season. Or it gets really good 10 episodes in. Man, I have a bad way of considering my life to be like, you know, using my time in a valuable way. But man, I could do that like in a more sensible way. Like, I want to choose how I want to waste my time. Don't tell me that your game is only fun after that time. Like, if someone's like World of Warcraft, I'll just go back to World of Warcraft because it was like a game that, you know, people say, oh, the end game is where it gets good. No, man. The start of the game where you're walking around and killing monsters and getting levels, that's fun. In the first expansion, the Burning Crusade, there was like a place called Nagrand. And if you know this, then great. But Nagrand was just this place where it was just a lot of missions where I want you to kill 20 of these things. And it was like a lot of the missions was, I want you to kill 20 of these things. People are like, ugh. And I'm like, yes, the bot has spoken. Fair enough. And so I'll be like, all right, I'll happily kill 20 of those things, and then 50 of those things, and 40 of those things. And people hate those missions, but I'm like, yes, it gives me something to do for the next 2 hours. Not that I was bored before, of course, but I'm happy doing those things because, oh, that's, you know, what I'm playing. Leveling is fun. I agree, leveling is fun. You had to give Game of Thrones 8 episodes before it got good. Oof. Oof. Yeah, sounds like Game of Thrones was not your series. Just totally fine. I loved Game of Thrones. I even somewhat enjoyed the ending. You know, but I didn't love it. I guess I was just sort of clapping like a damn fool, going, yay! Man punch man. Didn't like the show? You loved the books? I loved the books and I loved the show. The ending, sure, it was a bit bad, but I don't care. I still enjoyed it. I still had fun. What else do we need? I need something. Stack inserters, yes. I hate doing kill X missions for 2 hours, spends dozens of hours killing X bosses for a drop. Oh god, yeah, that's wretched. Absolutely wretched doing that.
Thanks for your support.
Our
_just resubscribed for 20 months.
20. All right, you're enjoying yourself wrong. Soulburn, I feel like you're telling me that a lot. Anyway, Tower needs 20 meows. Oh god. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. Hello. Hope you enjoyed your meows. Meow 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 meow. Yeah, okay. I was doing it in 5s. Usually I do them in 3s, and that confused me. Cats can only count up to 3. Hey, thank you so much for the 20 months. That's a lot of meows. They weren't real meows. They were configuration meows. Do not confuse configuration meows with real meows. Usually I do them in threes. Meow, 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 meow. I've been doing them in fours lately, but I thought I'd try doing them in fives, and it just got confusing for me. That's a lot of meows. Oh yeah, it is. That's how they described me in high school. Do them in 83s? I don't know if I can count to 83. Like Rain Man? I never played Rain Man. Like, I played a little bit of that Rain Man Origins game, but I didn't play a lot of it. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I know you mean Rain Man and not Rayman. I know, don't worry. I'm kidding. Rain Man Origins was good. I played a little bit of it. But anyway, I've never seen Rain Man. But I understand people like it. They're dumb. They're dumb. Okay, here comes the coal. Remember Rage Comics? Yeah, I remember Rage Comics. Just me derping around. Lead derps. Oh god, F7U12. Used to love them. I don't know why. They were terrible. They were all terrible. They never disappeared, just changed. Oh no, did they? Why couldn't they have disappeared? Just me derping around. Mom comes in, asks me to do something. Rage. You have Wojaks and Shads. Oh god. Anyway. We're doing a train journey. The timer is on. It's time to look at a cat. Ah, goodness gracious. Let's see, what have we got? 15th of June cat. Alright. Mr. 15th of June. Cat. Free cat! Okay. No, not prediction. That's a raid. We're not raiding yet. Here we go, poll. Clicking every wrong button. Free cat. There it is. And, here you go. Is it a great cat? Please tell me. I need to be informed of the greatness of this cat. You know what? That cat looks a lot like that. The face that cat's making reminds me a lot of my, Lil K, as I'm deciding to call him. Lil K is what my child's name is now. That's a stream name. A street name, if you will. Is it short for Lil Cat, Lil Kitten? Up to you. Anyway, it's a good cat, but is it a great cat? That's the question. If it's a great cat, it can go into the Cat of the Month contest. If it's a good cat, then that's not good enough. We need a great cat. Anyway, yeah, Lil K makes a face like that at me a lot, or just in general, because he's like, I guess his neck muscles are too weak. The K stands for Kiwi. Could do. He does this thing like he's looking somewhere, and then he hears a sound, but he doesn't want to move his neck muscles, so he's like this. Just scrunches up his little mouth, and he just moves his eyes, and he just looks like he's side-eyeing you. He's just judging you silently, and it's wonderful. All right, well, that's a great cat. Excellent. It's in the box for great cats. We are halfway through June. Anyway, we are still traveling. We'll be traveling for a few minutes yet. You have some bad news. What, about Dodeca Dragons? What about it? I finished it. Oh! What? Huh. Also, why is my train stopped? Okay, I finished Dodeca Dragons. It's okay. What happened there? Still on cat cam. Oh well, shoot. I'm sorry. Wonder what happened to Dodeka Dragons. I guess we'll find out in time. Maybe we won't. I mean, it reminds me of the Flappy Bird creator who just deleted Flappy Bird because he's like, people are telling me how much they love the game and how much they don't sleep anymore because they just play Flappy Bird, and he's just like guilt tripped. He didn't like the criticism. How do you critique Dodeka Dragons? It was such a good game. What critique do you have for it? He made an excellent active idle game. And people are going to critique that? Dumbasses, if you ask me. No critique available. It's wonderful. Okay, what we're going to do, I think, is when we get to the next stone patch, we will actually do a little bit of stone making. What critique do you have for Dodeka Dragon? It's too grindy? Okay. How about you stop playing an idle game, because that's what an idle game's about. Ah, it makes me mad. Looked in the Discord and there were people who didn't like certain mechanics. Saw one guy say that's a stupid mechanic. What mechanic was stupid? They were all pretty good. I mean, none of them were great, but hey, look, it's not like I paid anything for it. And I've played idle games with stupider mechanics. Idiots. He didn't like the pet dragon thing. You mean the thing that... Oh, wait, he didn't like petting the dragon? Dude, you don't even have to pet the dragon for long. Like, all the mechanics in that game, you only need to do them for, like, 3 or 4 progressions until the mechanic turns itself off and just manages itself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, so you've got the dragon petting. Okay, and it's kind of annoying for a while, then they make it easier by the next level up. And then the next level up, it's so much easier, and the next level up, the game just manages it for you. Yeah, screw the haters. Ah, it sucks, man. I wish that guy well. I mean, I finished it. I had a ball. I had a blast of it. Yeah, sure, there were moments where I just went, oh my god, now I have to do X? But, you know, so what? You have to do X. What are my other options? Don't play the game? I want to play the game. If I didn't want to play the game, I'd stop, you know, playing the game. I'm so mad about this, and I probably don't need to be. Probably a weird thing to be mad about, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, hours of entertainment were had. That's got 28 million calls. Should be a while. That's a valid thing to be mad about? Maybe. 6 minutes, 29 seconds into the journey. Still a little while to go. And then we are going to add 2 new spiders to the group, and then we keep moving. Keep on moving on anyway. I know it's not much, but it's okay. All this area just cleaned up from infestation. Wonderful. Lacking material for construction. That's true, it is. Mad at the people who criticize a free game, and mad at the dev for not being able to take criticism, blowing off the haters. I mean, sometimes you just gotta blow off the haters, right? In any way you see fit. Like, you just gotta. Because they don't give a shit, actually. They don't care. They're just there to just you know, try and ruin something that's good. They're just a non-entity that never competed. And it's like, I don't know why, like, okay, criticize a free game. Sure, you know what? I see nothing wrong with critiquing a product. No microtransactions. I get the idea of critiquing something. If, for instance, let's say I'm streaming. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I am streaming. Like, if you are not subscribing, you are having like a free stream. Awesome. That's totally fine. You're welcome to. You enjoy it. You are allowed to critique it. You are allowed to say, "Hey, Steve, I really liked it when you did C block." We got biters. You can say, "Hey, I preferred it more when you did C block. Do more C block." It's like, okay, cool. Counterpoint, if you. Being a sub, you can validly complain. Hell, being a non-sub, you can complain. I can't stop you from complaining. You are allowed to complain. I'm also just allowed to tell anyone to get stuffed. And so long as you can acknowledge that that is still a possibility of me going, hey, that's nice that you're sad, you don't like what I'm doing, but I also don't shoot. I can also say, hey, look, I'm sorry that you're not entertained, but right now I don't care. And I mean, that goes for free people and non-free people. Can you follow, please? You. Okay, it looks like we missed some bugs. That's a bit frustrating. It was always going to happen at some point. Okay, I'm going to let that just keep going. But yeah, you're absolutely allowed to complain. I can get rid of all the bias. Look, you know what? There is someone complaining about that, and that's me right now. Super not happy about that happening. I missed a nest somewhere. This looks like a nest that I could have missed. Who knows? Hard typing in the sarcastic voice, but you're glad there's a good way to convey it. Yeah, I feel like /s has never conveyed sarcasm. I know /s is the convention of how you portray sarcasm, but I feel like it's never quite good enough. I wonder which one I missed. Okay. Like we missed another one too. Only take one missing biter to repopulate? You know, I don't know. We got biters. Ghost!
Thanks for your support.
Ego Essen just resubscribed for 19 months. Mia Mia.
Yeah. Alright, Ghosin, thank you so much for the 19 months. And may I say, meow, 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 meow. Oh, that was a good clip. Thank you. I think it's one nest. Yeah, no, that was good. Shoot. Got so far to go. Kind of wish I hadn't. Oh, let me guess, no batteries. Okay, so that was silly. We should have just left the train there. Oh well. Are we there yet? No, we fell out of the train. Do we have a backup train? We don't. Oi! One little biter nest caused so much trouble. Probably would have expanded both sides as well. Those little shits, exactly. Two biter nests. Look what they've done. Hope they're proud of themselves. I mean, I legitimately hope they're proud of themselves. I'm honestly surprised it took us 6 or 5 or so percent to actually get to the point that we missed something like this. Although we missed 2, I suppose. I suppose we didn't really need to stop so long as they stay away from the trains, but the problem is if they hit the trains, it kind of ruins everything, so quite impressive actually. We've got to battle hard on these spiders before they get to the front line. They'll attack the train. And attacking the train could be worse. You know what we should do? We should call in the pink spider. No, that's silly. Oh, goodness. Hang on, did we miss something back there? We missed something back there. Worms I don't think would spread, but I'm not taking that chance. Does make sense that worms would spread. Well, at least the good news is when they expand, they don't build like a hulking base like you used to. Those hulking bases are terrifying. I think we're good now. Aside from the fact that we are still traveling for a very long time. But we're not that good. You know what? Actually, I think the best plan here might be to get off the spiders. And to just run the rest of the way physically. How did I achieve that? I legitimately don't know what happened there. I control clicked on my armor. Yeah, it's probably just faster to run it. Okay, next time we're not going to let the train leave without us. That was clearly a mistake. I thought we were closer. I thought wrong, clearly. My battery's like 92. Your batteries are dropping while I'm running with this many exoskeletons. Add another engine to the other side. I mean, that would have been a good idea too. But then I'd have to push that engine, like carry that engine as well, so... This probably wouldn't make that big a difference. We're probably almost there anyway. Good news is I think we're almost there. We might. The actual good news is we get to start building the train track soon. Yeah, nor should he. Nor should Ghost and Bot apologize for this. He did nothing wrong. This time anyway. Be nice if I could auto make myself move and so I could look at the base and see if it needs anything. Okay. We are here. Shift right click. Okay. Here we are again. Now, what I would like to do as well is can we chuck some more of those in you? Oh my goodness, for a second there I was like, where is my stuff that I needed? They are in this one. Okay. Yeah, that was a good autosave point. Stretch and hydrate. You know what? That was a good autosave point. I'm really glad of that autosave. How did that happen? I jumped out of the train when there was nowhere for me to go. Thank you very much for the follow, Invisible Cat 8. How did that happen? Stupidity, mostly. Stupidity and general lack of wanting to wait for anything to happen. That's the problem with millennials these days, after all. Okay. Millennials! What happened to Invisible Cat 7? Really? That's the one you worry about? Not every other Invisible Cat, just 7? You don't know, it's invisible. Okie dokie. Spiders! To me! We should probably put my things in. Other ones are asleep. That's valid. Cats do sleep. Quite often, in fact. You want to know what happened to Invisible Cat 9? Invisible Cat 9's asleep. They're all asleep. Okay. Here we are again, folks. Shooting up the biters and hopefully getting somewhere with this. Suffer not the heretic. It's good to be back in here, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Is it good? I don't know. Anyway, we're going back to free chat, so now that we're not doing anything particularly interesting for the next probably hour, aside from just building out this network. I don't know, this is the fun part though. This is what it's all about, shooting a lot of biters. You don't really realize how far something is until you're off the train and actually having to hold down the D key to like run a full percentage of the map. That's when you realize you've made a terrible mistake in this run. But thankfully this run is possible. Yeah, this is your chance to like stop watching this stream and watch a more entertaining streamer. Way to advertise your stream. Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. If there's one thing I don't do here, it's lie. Well, actually, I lie quite often, but you know what I mean. Got a lot more damage now, so that should be good. I knew there'd be a quote saying I've lied. The extra damage, though, I think is going to be very helpful. But anyway, I'm going to undersell myself whenever possible. Just so that way, if people watch the stream and go, damn, this guy's actually pretty good, they're like surprised. You know, it's like set low expectations, and when you exceed them, people are excited. You know, I'll add that quote in just a sec. Actually, I'll add that quote now, or I forget. Okay, there's multiple quotes where I lie, clearly. This is why Dave being the quote keeper is so instrumental to the stream. Because it's so easy to like just go, ah, actually Steve, allow me to point this out. Oh no, absolutely. I know the rules, keep talking and nobody explodes. But I'm gonna explode. Steve is the most reliable, unreliable narrator. I mean, sure, at least I can admit at the start of the story, honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about, but here we go. Which would be the most awesome way to start a book, right? So let me tell you about something that's happened before. I don't know what I'm talking about, but here we go. You know what I kind of miss? I miss like the trains that could have modules installed in them, so you could have Roboport trains. I don't remember what mod that was, but I liked those a lot. What was it that had the trains that had the modules in them? What mod was that? K2 has those? Yeah, well, clearly it wasn't K2 because I haven't played that, as you said. I know I've played a mod that had it. I feel like it might have been Bob's. Then I would have seen them in C block, surely. Might have, yeah, I'm thinking Bob's Maze. That's all I can think of that might have had them. But they definitely weren't in C block, so maybe that's something that just isn't in C block. Okay, we might be at a size now where we can probably start doing something a bit more clever with the Bob's vehicle equipment is in the C block. Ah, okay, that's probably it. Okay, we might start having a second line of spiders. Because at the moment everyone's following the pink one, I think we need to have another color. Maybe a blue. No, not blue. Blue's already been taken. Maybe like a few black spiders. Okay, next time we reach water, we're gonna like reschedule our spiders and have like 2 lots of followers. The command spider will always stay the same though. Damage is happening. Okay, that's probably bad. Thankfully, the extra damage we've got from the lasers really helps out. Oh dear, damage, 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 get out there, get the hell out of there. I mean, at least behemoths don't seem to be surviving very long now. I'll take that as a nice little joy in my life. Good evening, Glacier. How you doing? Good to see you. It is a delight as always. You see Panda let me come out to play? Yeah, she did. She's lovely. I did all my chores. I did my driving around to pick up stuff. So I went to pick up some stuff for Panda today because, you know, she's at home looking after little K. And I was like, she was doing a click and collect thing, which I assume you have everywhere else. But basically, you know, the idea that you place an order for something and then you go and collect it from the store. It was something they did big in COVID, but turns out it's actually pretty neat to have outside of COVID. Okay, exactly. But anyway, so I did that, and they were like, "Hey, would you like to take a chocolate as well?" And they had some nice little chocolates on the table where they put the item. I was like, "Sure," and I'm like, thinking to myself, I put it in the bag, and I'm like, I didn't technically pay for this item. Panda did. Technically, it's her chocolate, and I feel bad. Oh, you'll never know. Little Kate. Little Kate Sith. That's actually pretty good, that one. But yeah, I had a little chocolate, and I was like, oh, this little chocolate's not mine. It's technically Panda's. And I'm like, a panda doesn't know I have this chocolate, so I could just eat this chocolate, right? And I thought about it, and I held the chocolate in my hand, and it was getting slightly melty because it's, you know, it's wrapped. So it's not like, you know, it's actually melting in my hand. Little Cadaniel. That classic Cadaniel. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it home because I'm pretty sure I know how this will go. So I took it home and I went, hey, Panda, there's a chocolate here from the store. And she's like, ah, cool. Do you want it? I'm like, yes. See, then I am honest, but I still get the chocolate because I knew she wouldn't want it. She doesn't have a big sweet tooth, that panda. All the bamboo she eats. Klingon. The K stands for Klingon. No, Panda's not a Star Trek fan. Or even a sci-fi fan, actually. There's more contemporary books. So, yeah. She's not a Trek or a Star Wars fan. Out of window breaking, what? I don't know, I don't get the reference for Jonathan. I was suggesting Nathaniel or Superfly, but Panda was against that. D&D movie. Oh, right. Who was Jonathan? Oh, Jonathan! The Aarakocra. Yes. I remember Jonathan now. Weird Al. Nice. That's the one. Oh god, what's his name and what's Soup's name? I don't remember what Superman's actual name is. Oh, this looks promising. No, it doesn't. Bytron health's a bit low, I agree. But I am bolstered by the fact that I have extra laser damage. Oh hey, look, we are actually at a lake. Fantastic. That's a good build. Soup dog. uh, Wait, what was directed by Jonathan Frakes? Oh, the Strange New Worlds Lower Deck crossover. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad Jonathan Frakes is still directing, because he directed like a lot, like 2 or 3 of the movies, if I remember rightly. He was the chairman. Oh, that's so bad, Solver. That's a good joke though. That's a good one. Alright, get some good building going on here. LeVar Burton directs many things. See, I didn't know LeVar Burton's the Reading Rainbow guy. Like, I didn't know he did that. We don't have Reading Rainbow in New Zealand, or didn't have, as far as I'm aware. I never knew that's what he did. Dave seems incredulous about this. So to me, it was like the idea that LeVar Burton did like this educational thing, to me was like really funny and strange. Whereas to many people, it's like that's what he was known for. But I didn't know that. I didn't have that context. Butterflies in the sky, you can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Is that the tagline for Reading Rainbow? I mean, lots of things are in a book. Hey, Glacier, that guy from Reading Rainbow is on the other show. That's the theme song. Ah. Newsflash, sometimes other countries have cultural touchstones and maybe oil reserves that aren't yours. Sorry, the oil reserves was good. I like that. Oh, savage. That's the theme song. Okay. I mean, we had Sesame Street for a while. I don't know if that's still around. Ah, stuff. I mean, I'm trying to think what New Zealand cultural touchstones are. Really struggling with that. 814,000 peak concurrent players for Baldur's Gate 3. Damn! I'll find out in a few short years. Almost beating Hogwarts. Oh, really? Like when the Hogwarts released? That's awesome. I got some friends that are playing it at the moment, and I'm just so jealous. I mean, a very different crowd, but that's so cool. Okay. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Oh, get little K crying. Ah, how he sounds most of the time. He just goes, ah. Yeah, we'll repair the spiders. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to separate the spiders. We're going to do 2 attack waves. He goes meow. He just goes, ah, actually. What if we did 3 waves of spiders? No, I think we're good with that. Okay, so what we'll do... Nope. So, these spiders, we'll change their color to black. Uh, First day, Wes, you are like an hour and a half late. Sorry, Dave's already got it. It's too late. You're not first then, are you? Part of me is wondering, do we need to do this? But also, part of me thinks we absolutely need to do this. Yeah, all right, we can do that. I'll do that eventually. Look, I'll do it next train ride, okay? Okay, is crying. I might just make sure Panda's doing all right. Most recent, even more recent, is a streamer that keeps a sheet with all the firsts. Like a baby top cat redeemed that she sits after every stream. Oh, goodness gracious. Speaking of Splee, how long have you had Top Cat for? Check that. Actually, I don't think it's that. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Someone stole my remote. Bullet test. Okay, well, first off, let's just check something real quick to make sure that it wasn't already, I need to just double check to see how long he had it for before we can proceed with this. Like a week after the cat of the month. What am I looking at? Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted. Complete that. Yeah, mark those complete. That's done. Okay, that was a lot of requests. Ah, okay, yep. No, you didn't have it for long enough. You're right. Don't call it bottom cat. Call it what I need to call it. Okay, bullet test. Sorry, gotta be back. I'll be back in a second, guys. Hello, everybody. I've returned. I had to deal with a wet nappy, I did. And for some reason, I started talking like this. And now I'm just going to keep talking like this because I don't know what's gone wrong in me life. All right. I don't know. I started. Ghostin, thank you so much for the gift subs. I will meow for you in just a moment. As soon as I can. I had to copy paste a single name. How are you doing? Okay. Cool. Bullet test is now the top cat. And we'll raise the price of Top Cat to 25,000 channel. Oh, that's wrong. Lock, stock, and 2 wet nappies. It was just the one wet nappy, actually, but it was not pleasant. It was not the most unpleasant. Thank you so much for another gifted sub. I owe you 3 meows. And you know what? Because they're all individual things, individual meows. So, meow, meow, meow. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, he was not a happy baby, let me tell you. I heard him crying, and I was just like, "Oh, what's going on?" And then it's just like Panda like messaged me being like, "I don't know why he's crying," and it was like, maybe he's wet because he doesn't like being wet, which I suppose kind of makes sense in a philosophical sense of the matter. Okay, so now we've got a longer group. So now we're gonna, like when we do a turn, we do a very wide turn. Kind of interesting. But thank you so much for those gift subs. I really do appreciate it. A lot of meows. Yeah, no. It's one of those things. It's really funny, like when little K starts crying, and I'm just like, why is he crying? Is it because he's wet? And it's just like you change the nappy, and he's crying the whole time and writhing scarily on the changing table, and then he's just like, you put the dry nappy on him, you put his clothes back on him, and he just looks at you, and he just stops crying like immediately. It's like, dude, this is not really that big a deal now, is it, child? You just told me what the problem was. We could have had this resolved a lot sooner. That's right. That's why language is important. We'll get there. Okay. Taking a lot more damage perhaps I would have liked on the first run, but that's okay. We're just going to build outwards just a little bit and see what we find. See what magics. Speaking of magic, apparently they did like an announcement for a whole bunch of new stuff that they're going to be working on for the Magic the Gathering game, which I've been playing Magic lately, but I always like to keep an eye on it. And apparently they're going to do a remaster set for Ravnica, which I don't really care that much about, but what I wanted to do is just reprint one card. All I want to do is reprint my favorite card, which is in the original Ravnica, and I will be just absolutely happy with that. And that card is Warp Worlds. And it is a card so complicated that every time I played it, I had to say to my opponent, okay, do you want me to explain this card? Because there's like 10 lines of text on this thing. And they were like, yeah, I don't want to read the card. Can you just tell me what it does? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I explained to them, they're just like, this guy. And I had no regrets in playing that card because I played as often as I could because I loved it. And then, you know, not many opportunities to play it these days, sadly, because it's not in standard, it's not in historic. But if it gets released in Magic Arena, then I will play Magic for a while. I will just play Warp Worlds decks until the cows come home. It is the most chaotic card I've ever seen, and I love it. And every now and then they print a card that's like Warp Worlds, but it's not Warp Worlds. It's not good enough. It's just simply not chaotic enough. They like try to tone down the chaos. Why would you tone down the chaos to perfection? That's my question. The answer is you shouldn't. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage, which probably... We're just going to step over here, deal with this little encampment over here. Real quick. There's a train that's run out of fuel. Okay, the train that's run out of fuel is the one with the coal in it. If only it could fuel itself. Okay, that might be a job for next stream. We're not doing it this stream. It does also mean where they've just got no plastic there. That's just how it's got to be. No, that's not going to be good enough. We do need to actually get that fixed up. I guess we do have to go back. You know what? Here's the plan. Here's the plan, Stan. We're going to go back and we'll just do all this with automation. Start automating these trains to do the thing that I need them to do. 10 days. 10 days to what? No, we haven't worked out baby sign language yet. I don't know, I never really thought about that actually. Oh, Orb of Creation update. Okay, actually, something I was thinking about doing. This is kind of a side note. What I was thinking about doing is when I'm not streaming, like on days where I don't really have the time to stream, but I want to do something. What I might do is like a little bit of another game. Like not streaming it necessarily, but just putting it on YouTube. Yeah, I could stream it, but it would only be like half-hour thing. So I don't know if that's really a good idea to stream that, or if it's not, I don't really know. Probably not streaming that and just putting it straight up on YouTube might be a better idea.
Thanks for your
Oh, we didn't
support.
stretch. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, I was thinking of like maybe doing some like oxygen not included or something like that. Just like something that on the days that I'm not streaming, you can be like, hey, look, at least SeiferKatt's posted something. I'm not too worried about it at the moment because at the moment I still got like 2 months of backlog of things to upload. But yeah, Gosen, thank you for the kibble. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, just doing something like that, just so I've got content coming up for you to watch if you just miss me or something, I don't know. I want you to miss me, that'll be tragic. Oh wow, okay, I see why the damage hasn't been there. I haven't had my weapons done properly. Well, at least it shouldn't be any different from how it was before. Get some of the things? I think you did. So we're just going to do some killing like this for a while. In the meantime, we do need to go back to reality. Can we go to big? No. I don't know where it is. Okay, where do I want to go? Do I need my cars? No, cars are too slow. Okay, so we're just gonna start shooting some stuff while we're doing that. Oh dear, you are low. I'm scared, I am scared. Wasn't actually that low, but low enough that we should probably be cautious. I think the problem is we've tried to fill the train with wood, and that was a bad idea. Okay, well we got some. We're working on it. We're working through this. It's just taking our sweet time. And we might as well just keep doing this until train reaches this destination. Because we can do this, because it's not like we're waiting for anything. There's nothing really stopping us from doing this, it's just we need to fix a train. So that way we can at least keep researching things. You know what, I think I made a mistake here though. I don't think we've got the landfill. I don't think we've got any landfill on this this spider. No, we do not. Okay, that's fine. So we're just keeping an eye on here. If this ever stops, then we know we've got to go back to work. Oh. Alright, so this is going okay. Working better than I thought it would, actually. Read into that how you like, how you thought, how well I thought this would go. Can't really circle them that well, which is Veldak's advice, because everything's too sort of thin. That's alright. It's difficult to be able to gauge health when I can't see the health bars as easily. I suppose the important thing is they are still taking damage. Oh, hello, my Holocan party. Welcome, everyone. Gosh, what a time to be alive. Thank you. Shout out to my Holoc. Always important, because he's a cool dude playing Factorio. Most of you already know that because you came from the raid. Welcome. For those who do not know me, I am SeiferKatt, and we are doing a mission to try and reach the very edge of Factorio. This is taking a long time. This I thought would be a very quick idea for a stream, and we are weeks in, and probably edgelord. Ah, yes, that's the joke. But we're weeks into this with no signs of an end. So, yay! Edge of the map, there's no edge for Factorio. I don't know. Depends what you mean by edging to Factorio, doesn't it? Does depend, and we're not going to go into that further. So currently I have built a coal train that has run out of fuel, and we are going to go get it, and while we're doing that we're just using remotes to try and deal with some more of these biters. It's a slow process, but it must be done. We're about 5 or 6% now. Made to Maholic stream for 6 seconds. Nice. That's how long you need to be there before you realize how great Maholic is. The Aussies are invading the Kiwis again. No, 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 no. The Aussies don't invade the Kiwis. Aussies and New Zealanders have always been best of friends, except for when we're enemies, but it's always for dumb reasons. You know, we're good friends. We're like siblings. We kind of hate each other, but we also love each other in the way that siblings hate each other. You know, that's just how it is. We disagree with each other on fundamental things, but we're still family. I think that's the important thing between Kiwis and New Zealanders. Sorry, Kiwis and Australians. Oceania has always been at peace with other Oceania. That's true. It's like 1984, right? New Zealand is going to become the eastern states of Australia soon. Won't need a passport. I mean, to be fair, at one point New Zealand was actually asked if they want to be part of Australia. That's a legitimate thing. And if you look at the capital of Canberra, there is roads, each one being a road for a capital of a territory of Australia or a state of Australia. And one of them is named after, I don't know if it's Auckland or Wellington Street, because they thought that New Zealand would join in Australia's federation of becoming a country. And New Zealand said, yeah, we want nothing to do with that, because we just had like what was called the Māori Land Wars, and it went very badly. Like we won, or that's an interesting way of putting it. The European invasion won, but it was a heavy price, and it was like quite bad. And there was a lot of fear that if the Māori people had the same treatment that some of the Aboriginal people of Australia had, there was just going to be another war in the span of like another year, and the New Zealand government did not want that. No one wants to go to Canberra. That's not the point. The point is that's your seat of government. And so, yeah, New Zealand didn't want to. I mean, there's probably other reasons as well why we didn't go under Australia's sovereignty, but the reason I've read, the main reason, was we just had the land wars, and we had like a bunch of stuff just being like, we do not want to do that again right now, because it would have ended up probably in another war. I mean, the Māori Land Wars are absolutely fascinating. New Zealand Land Wars, I call them the Māori Land Wars. That's probably the incorrect word. The New Zealand Land Wars are actually a really fascinating war. Like, it is the first instance of trench warfare, in the sense the way that World War I had it. You know, the idea of building a trench, artillery, and then when the invasion comes, you just run backwards into the next trench back. And so basically all they did was use a lot of lives assaulting a position. That doesn't really matter. But they couldn't leave it there. And it's really fascinating that that first happened in the New Zealand Land Wars. And how well that worked for World War I, eh? That wasn't an absolute terror fest. I find it really funny, sad, with World War I, they're talking about like, oh, the soldier was shell-shocked. Yeah, these days we've got a different word for that. It's PTSD. Like, the soldier was shell-shocked. He is a coward. No, he has PTSD from being on like constant artillery barrage from both sides for like 23 hours a day. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Of course people are going to wake up screaming after that. You know, but making these men seem like cowards after like suffering this horrific war. They wouldn't even believe shell. I didn't even know they didn't believe shell shock was a thing. It's even worse. That's even worse. Not even believing that something is a thing. Oh God. Oh, they're just making it up. They're not actually traumatized. God, I mean, look, war is hell. I don't think any war where anyone walks away and just goes, "Oh, it was fun." Yeah, except maybe the people on the very back. Am I right? Um, but yeah, just the idea of that sort of brutality for months on end is horrifying. And I mean, say what you want. I mean, at least we live in a. I know we don't live in a peaceful moment, like in time, but at least it's better. It's better. Not as bad. Certainly not great. I don't know if there's going to be enough coal to get it there. It'll have to be. Could be worse TM. There's a story about a British general who went to the front, saw the conditions he'd ordered the soldiers to fight in, and burst into tears. I mean, reasonable. A reasonable response. I mean, things can always be worse. Hey, worker robot speed is being researched. That's crazy. Okay, back to it. Had to fight for the generals to call them cowards, yeah. I mean, yeah, look. War is always terrible. I don't think there's any way to say that, like, as I'm going through just absolutely murdering a whole bunch of bugs, war is absolutely a terrible thing, and I don't think anyone would say otherwise. And if they are, there's clearly something wrong with them. Like a police officer who wants to be a police officer so they can have a gun. That's a slow-ass train. Yeah, the 112 trains are pretty slow, but they get the job done eventually. Like, I guarantee there's some soldier out there who just really wants to be a soldier so he can kill someone. And that's not great. But, I mean... Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that one, so moving on. Political adjacency alarm's going nuts right now. I don't even think that's political adjacency, that's just political alarm. Anyway, we're getting to about 6% now, which is very exciting. Anyway, it's really funny decrying war when you're just doing a bunch of murder in a video game. Ecology is still a very young field of study. It wasn't taken seriously. True. I mean, it's tough. It's still not taken seriously today, I suppose. Bunch of people who are just outright saying, "Oh, mental health is not important." Now, how about you? What's the phrase? Oh yeah, get stuffed. Mental health is incredibly important, and quite frankly, I mean, there's a lot of people who are still suffering from. Okay, hang on. Can we keep going, please? Thank you. There's a lot of people who are struggling with mental health all the time, and there's just like, you know, there's ways to help them, but no, it's not real. Or they could help themselves. They could go and get help, but no, because that's weakness. All right, we'll see a cat from the calendar. Let's just finish this track, and then we'll get a calendar. Don't worry, Valdek, there's plenty of time for that. Meow meow. Oh, sure, just a second. Okay, we're good. You all right? That's fine. I don't have the camera on. I don't. I mean, a little guy. Ah, who's a little baby? You're a little baby. Oh, whoa. All right, so we're doing this thing now that I'm just going to be holding the baby while we do this. There's also the observation that since the introduction of therapists, mental health has only gotten worse. Wait, what? How is that possible, Whitefire Damon? Whatever. How did mental health get worse? Oh, oh, he's crying. Don't cry. He's hungry, that's the problem. How has it gotten worse? Or is it more the observation that now because people... He's not having a good time. He does not want to watch Daddy play Factorio. I respect that. Ah. Anyway. He's having a rough time. How has therapists not actually helped? Or is it a situation where people think that because now we're actually observing it, it's gotten worse? Because, you know, it's like the idea that if you track the statistics, if you stop testing for COVID cases, the COVID cases go down, right? You will watch Daddy play Factorio. He'll watch, he just doesn't want to see it. Ah! Come on, it's okay. It's okay. Are you scared that my ears have disappeared? Is that what you're worried about? Where'd Daddy's ears go? Oh no! He's got something growing out of his face! Oh no! People aren't hiding it or killing themselves. Same way as being left-handed boomed after people stop. Oh, you're being devil-handed, right? Okay. Shake. Gentle shake, not like a violent shake. It's basically there's more people today who have mental health issues. The idea of going to a therapist encourages narcissism rather than helping people get better. Fair enough, I suppose. He's so hungry. Do we have a control universe that doesn't contain 9/11? Can I get there, please? I would love to be in that control universe. Or a control universe that doesn't have a crying little baby. Oh, not having it. He closes his eyes and he's chilling. He opens his eyes and looks at me and goes, "Ah!" I think he's scared about the headphones. Being left-handed is called sinister. Yeah. He's not having it. He's really not having it, sorry. You've lived through 3 supposed once-in-a-generation economic crises. I mean, I've lived through 5 once-in-a-100-year floods, so, you know. Different problems. Buddy. I can mute this. If it is bothering anyone, I can happily mute this. Oh, he's just not happy. He's hungry, I think. And I do not have the resources to help on that one. Sorry. Mommy's just gotta get some stuff. He's loving this. He's loving this. Alright. You got him? No,
Not yet.
not yet. I don't know why I said got him so early. I knew you didn't. He just immediately stops crying as soon as you've got him. I know who is clearly more loved. I'll close the door, don't worry about it. It's alright. Who's loved? The one that provides the food, right? Alright, we got it. Ah, goodness gracious. Put your headphones on so you don't have to hear upset baby. Sorry. Yeah, that's how it works, right? You were supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to take us away from crying babies. Sorry. All right. So anyway, I promise. I promised people a cat because Veldek asked for it. So let's get a cat going, eh? To get over that trauma that we all had to deal with, including my son. This is going to be my stream sometimes, I'm afraid. I can't say that it's not going to happen sometimes. Sometimes baby's just going to come in, cry, and then leave again. Anyway, here's a cat. The great cat? I don't know. You tell me. Here we go. The question is always, is this a great cat? Baby would not stop crying unless she was standing on the table yesterday. Could not be standing on a lap or the floor or the chair, just the table. Oh, God. Yep, that's fun. That's really fun stuff. Okay, good news. It looks like the coal is working again, so that's encouraging. I know there's nothing to look at right now. We're just looking at Great Cat, but that's okay. Tell me if the cat's great. That's what we need to do. Keep it simple over here. Could say it was you. We understand. Kick just wanted to stand on the table and cry until he could. You know what? I do the same thing. If I'm not allowed to do something, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, this team's a great cat. 100% of the people said great cat, and it was. So it is. There we go. Bam. Yeah, Kick just wanted to stand on the table, and for that, I respect that. Sometimes a man's got to stand on a table. You can't take that away from him. Okay, so we got plastic coming through. Petroleum gas looks like it's a little bit sad. For some reason. Because we've got too much heavy oil. We've got too much heavy oil, we're not cracking it down. It's always something, isn't there? That's alright. The important thing is some plastic's coming out. And that's something. Don't tell everyone or you'll cry. I'll go stand on a table. Yeah, exactly. Different view on life. Life on the table, right? Another spider ready to go. That's exciting. I'm going with rockets. I thought plastic was required for yellow science, but I guess not. I think the reason we needed plastic was for the red chips. Funny thought is that despite babies crying so much, if they fall, for example, and get hurt, it's likely the worst pain of their life so far and makes sense to cry. Absolutely. 100%. LDS. I don't think we've got a shortage of LDS. LDS is well under control at the moment. Yeah, you're right. It is the worst pain in their life, so it is a bit harder to deal with. I respect that. I've never felt such injustices. Will this be enough? It is, great. Here comes the train. Choo-choo! I feel like we might not have enough landfill. Every not good thing is the first time ever that bad thing happened. What are you talking about? My baby totally did come with an instruction manual. I'm not even joking. My baby literally came with an instruction manual. It's not a full construction manual. It's more of a quick reference guide, honestly. But I'll take what I can get. Come on, keep going. Do not stop. Oh, I'm love. The longer it goes, though, the worse it kind of gets for how many landfill I have to spend. I guess it's not all great. They do that now? Yeah, in New Zealand you get a sort of manual, like just a, here's what you do if they're choking, here's what you do if X, here's what you do if Y, you know, here's all the numbers to call, here's where the development tool should be, here's yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff. Really helpful. There was one thing though that I was looking at the manual or the book, and I was just like the book's actually also mostly there so doctors can like easily see other people's notes. So if you go to like a uh, audiologist, do you get the manual only with the first one? No, you get it with all of them because it's also like a record of like inoculations and like weight and all that sort of thing. And so whenever you go to the doctors for the first 5 years, you always take that little book with you. So that way they can easily see everything that's happened, so they're not like going off incomplete information. So they've just got all the information they need, and so the parent also has that information. The parent can know what, like, if something's not quite what should be expected, they've got a full record of everything. Like, do you know what your doctor's notes are? Like, last time you went to the doctor, do you know what notes they wrote down? I'm going to willing to bet the answer is you have no idea what they wrote. Hell, I went to a doctor once complaining of a sore stomach and like a whole bunch of stuff and like feeling very, very ill. And they're like, huh, sounds like you got food poisoning. Sounds like you had food poisoning the last time. Are you going to the same place? And I was like, I didn't know you thought I had food poisoning last time. Would have been great if you told me that the first time and I wouldn't have gone back there. Like, I had no idea they'd written down that I had food poisoning. But that's what they wrote down, and they're like, hey, are you going to the same place that gave you food poisoning the first time? And I went, I mean, it was probably the same place, yeah. And they're like, ah, well, okay then. And I'm like, well, shit, why would you not tell me that? Oh, you know, they keep it on their end as well, obviously, yes. But it's not just all in the book. Like, it's not like crazy. It's not Crazy Town. So, you know, we had the midwife come over and just like basically look how, like, come by and see how we were doing. And like, basically, I think they were also low key checking like our house out, being like, is this an environment suitable for a baby? And I was like, here's where our knife collection is. And they were like, all right, well, I wish the knife collection wasn't on the like ground level. I'm like, how else am I going to pick up a knife with my feet? You know, they're low key checking for silly things like that. I'll check something real quick. Okay, I have launched a second rocket. That's what I thought. But yeah, so the midwife comes by. They write down what they've done, what they've seen, if they've got any concerns. Yeah, because it's like they've seen stuff that the doctor will never see. You know, and maybe they have like a code of letting people know if they're like suspecting something might be wrong. I don't know. It's an interesting concept, and it's been one that I think they've been doing in New Zealand for like since the 60s, if not sooner. I know they've been doing it for a long time. I don't know if there was always an instruction manual, but certainly like just making sure you understand, you know, they suspect anything, they probably have a way to report it after they leave. Yeah, probably. I was very happy and proud when the midwife wrote, ooh, I would report that. Wrote nil concerns, and I'm like, yes! They didn't even ask about my streaming. Did you do any streaming? Oh, only on Twitch. Massive concerns. Absolute degenerate. Is the midwife provided by the government? I refuse if I want to. So the midwife, you choose which one you want to go to. It's paid for by the government, but not supplied by the government. So the way it works is that you go there, like you go online and you find a bunch of midwives. It's like a website where they all sort of register and say, this is what I do, these are the language I speak, this is the culture I have, this is how long I've been operating, this is the places that I am able to deliver at, like that I deliver at, these are the, they give all that information. So you can go, oh, I like the look of that person. And then you go by and see them and they're like, hi, pleased to meet you. And they talk about themselves and they ask about what you want. And then, you make a decision of who you want. And the midwife is completely free. Like, I think the only thing that we paid for with the whole childbirth thing is some prescriptions of like, some basic medication, nothing crazy. Prescriptions and, and the medicines themselves, I think. I don't even think the medicines cost. And parking at the hospital. Like, that's all we really had to pay for was parking. I mean, parking wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. So, I mean, pretty excited. It's also mentioned that an American perspective on socialized healthcare is an automatic proximity klaxon. That's true. That's true. But you know what? I don't care. The fact that all I had to pay for was parking, pretty good. Yeah, but the midwife, delivers the child with no extra charges. There's no bill coming, which is exciting. And all the checkups are free and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's good stuff. I suppose you could just not go to a midwife if you didn't want to. I mean, who's going to stop you, right? I don't think they could stop you. Like, I mean, if you don't announce to the world that you're pregnant, I mean, what are they going to do? They don't know. But hey, maybe free healthcare is important. That's why you make it free. Make healthcare free. People go get healthcare. I see what you mean, Splee. I understand now why you said political JC alarm. Stop calling it socialized. Yeah. I mean, didn't they have they were working on a universal healthcare thing, the Universal Care Act, and then people just started calling it Obamacare just to make people angry? Wasn't that the plan? People going, I voted against Obamacare, and it's like, but you use the Affordable, you use it. No, I use the Affordable Care Act. It's like, that's Obamacare. Cool. I've read a lot of stories like that. How about we call it sane and talk about it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sad. Because you've got the ability to help people that need it. And you know what? This is going to be a weird concept, but helping people that need it, pretty good. Anyway, the crying is long stopped now, so that's good. I think little K just thought food was coming and then got put in my arms. And little K's like, this isn't food! This is Dad! Dad is not food! Dad is not food. That is true. A truer statement has never been made. Alright. Legs. I need legs. Where'd be my legs at? They're there. Oh, that's good. So sometimes socialism's okay. Also, bailouts to farmers. That's also not socialism. Wait until there are teeth, then dad is food. That's good to know we got that expected. And so is everything else. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go. Social Security, bank deposit insurance. What's bank deposit insurance? Hang on, what's bank deposit insurance? I've never heard of bank deposit insurance. Why do you need to insure your bank deposits? If the bank fails, the FDIC covers $100,000. Wait, what? In Australia, the government guarantees the first $250,000 in case the bank fails. Oh, wait, really? So if the bank fails and all your money is gone, at least you have $250,000. Interesting. Out of curiosity, what happens to mortgages if the bank fails? Huh. Oh, that's the bailouts. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. That's such a thing. Those get purchased and you have to keep paying. Damn it. I had a nefarious plan for a moment there. That was your first thought years ago when you started paying mortgages? Well, there goes my plan to fail the banking system. It was an ingenious and insidious scheme. I was gonna say I like my bank, but actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm indifferent to my bank. I don't think I like the bank. Okay, well, so much for that insidious scheme. Be another insidious scheme next week, I suppose. We almost got it. We almost had infinite house. Not infinite house, but you know, house I didn't need to fully pay for. I don't know. Mortgages are scary, right? 'Cause you just look at it and you just go, wow, I'm paying this for like so many years. And ultimately, I'm paying more than they ever gave me because I guess banks need to make money somehow. I love just walking through, like down the line and just cutting swaths of aliens apart. It feels good. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, it always feels good to just deal with a bunch of bugs. Mortgage is scary first few years. The older you get, the more you laugh. I guess because the mortgage doesn't really get worse and income increases, right? Is that what you mean? I assume that's what you mean. I've heard a lot of people say like the mortgage is the worst in the first few years, and I assume that's because pay increases, whereas the mortgage kind of doesn't, aside from when interest rates do silly things. They are right now. I don't know where you guys are going, and I don't like it. Right. Feels good to be progressing again, you know? Maybe that you get older, you become more financially secure because the first few years, most of your payment is interest. I mean, that is true. Most of the payment is indeed interest. That's the part that hurts. Seeing the money go in and then most of it just coming straight back out again for interest. But noticing the interest is going down month over month, so that's nice, I suppose. Like the amount that I paid for interest is less than the previous month. Ooh. Flat is 3 times more expensive than it was 12 years ago. Your salary tripled, but monthly payments stayed the same. Yeah. Want to afford to is the problem, though, isn't it? That's the trick, though. If you can pay down the prince. I mean, now, welcome to Mortgage Chat with SeiferKatt. By the way, I'm not a licensed financial consultant. Please do not consider anything I say as financial advice, yada, yada, yada. Do not base anything. Anyway, I don't know exactly what I have to say there, but the point is, I am not an advisor. So, moving on. I don't know how important it was that I said that, but anyway. Yeah, so pretty good. Time goes on, things get more expensive, except my debt, I suppose. I'm not going to sell NFTs with that. I don't want to sell NFTs. Saying exactly what you say to the accountant right now. No, please stop. Please, don't do it. Ah, well, it was nice having some sort of credibility for a moment. Switch to lawyer chat. Oh yeah, we can do lawyer chat. I know nothing about the law. And also, I understand the law changes depending on countries, so anything I know about the law may not be true. You're taking financial advice from a cat? No, you don't understand. It's from a cat that streams Factorio. Sorry, what's Factorio? The sigh is so important with this story. Just the Factorio is a video game where you build a factory and a cat plays it. Yes. Is this that hard to understand? You invested how much? My entire life savings, and my wife's life savings, and my father's house. It was a real good cat. It was a great cat. Yeah, exactly, Splee. It was a great cat. And I like to think this chat knows a thing or two about a great cat. Thank you. Wait, who told you it was great advice? The loan shark? I tend not to believe sharks. What? How was the train out of fuel again? Mother. You know what I think happens? The train runs out of fuel midway through when it has to stop, which means it stops, it loses all its momentum, and then needs to start again. Ah, jeez, Rick. Okay, well that royally sucks. Don't trust the water predator, only trust the land predator. How about space predators? Do we trust space predators? I know aliens are always fighting them, but can we trust the space predators? Can't trust a biter. Can't trust space predators. Who can you trust? Valid question. Can't even trust yourself these days. They'll self-destruct rather than defeat. Oh no. It's like, okay, so the loan, you owe us a lot of money, and we're going to break your legs. Wait, doesn't that mean you've done a bad job as financial consultant? Explodes. Hey, space spiders are no joke. I learned that from FTL. I mean, the lasers are just... I like the laser damage. I think the laser damage increasing was a good idea. I think a bit more laser damage wouldn't be a bad thing. At some point, we're going to have to go back and deal with that coal train again because it's still broken. I think I know what's wrong with it, though. I think I've got, like, some regular signals as opposed to chain signals all the way. And I think it needs to be chain signals all the way. I know it slows things down, but quite frankly, I think that's what you need to do. Just going to be a bit of a pain, but that's okay. What tier of biters are we getting? Well, I think current evolution's at 97%. But I think with the extra weapon damage, I don't think we're having a problem anymore. Space spiders are okay if you have the thing, other thing than the mid bay. What other thing other than the mid bay? Gosh, I don't remember FTL well enough to know what you're talking about there. The cloning bay, you mean? I guess the cloning bay is going to fix it because the person dies and then they just get cloned back with their skills. Yeah, the cloning bay, alright. Speaking of FTL, have the developers come out with saying they're working on anything else lately? I haven't heard of anything. I can make a filter. What if I don't have radar for it? Would that still work? I forget if that works or not. I'd still also need to refill that train. Don't know, I haven't tried that. Well, you know what? There's probably a good way of finding that out. Also, the problem is over the huge span of the level. Guys who did Prison Architect now looking at doing an FTL game. I'm going to assume that was around the wrong way in your excitement. Which game's that? Because the guys who did Prison Architect aren't doing that anymore, are they? Because it got sold to Paradox, who are doing expansion after expansion for it. Which should annoy me, but at the same time, you really want more Prison Architect. It's nice to have more Prison Architect. The multiverse FTL mod is phenomenal. Interesting. Last Starship. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to look that up. Ah, Introvision. Okay, okay. What are they doing? What are they doing? It looks very... Oh, okay. Hmm. You know what, let's just put that on the wish list. Just keep an eye on it. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's just keep that on the wish list. I don't want it right now, but we'll keep it on the wish list. Add to wish list. Okay, cool. Carrying on. Prison Architect is a game that I've never really fully got into. Like, I enjoyed what I played of it, but I never got into it, you know? Kind of how, like, RimWorld was for me until I got into RimWorld. Like, I owned the game for, like, a year and just went, meh, and then just one day I went, I want to play RimWorld. And then I understood it, and then I was like, yes, I am all about this RimWorld lifestyle now. I, too, wish to make hats out of people. Excuse me? Stop. Stop. Why is music still happening? Goodness gracious. Loud noises. Not worried about health at the moment, but I guess we'll figure that out in a moment. There's a lot of games that I think have tried to do FTL and I think haven't quite. I think they've like either overcooked it or undercooked it. I think FTL was just like the perfect game for what it was, like a perfect level of complexity. It's really simple, but it's really like a lot of stuff to learn from it. It's like, you know, it is the roguelike ethos. I think a lot of people have tried to make. I think the trend with roguelikes these days, in like terms of commercial releases, they tend to overcomplicate what a roguelike is. You know, they really want to cram in all the features. They go, yeah, a run of this game will take you 4 or 5 hours, and you're just like, a roguelike playthrough is not really supposed to take that long in my mind. Yeah, I know probably NetHack may have taken that long, or all these other ones, but it's just like a lot of the commercial releases are just way overcooked, I feel, these days. Hmm, I don't know. Oh, crud. My dude has run out of tracks. Well, bring the train in. And let's go get it. Eh, eh. Oh, hello. I don't like that you existed. I'm so scared about there being a thing. Oh no, Veldak, what have you done? What have you done now, Veldak? I'm scared. I'm scared, Veldak. What have you gifted me? I like how my response is, oh no. Well, thank you so much. You play it so I don't have to. I'll accept that. Thank you very much. I will give it a play. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. I'll come back to you on that one, let you know how it is. Give what away. Beldak has gifted me the last starship to check out. Ah, Veldak, you should get into publicity because you do a good job of advertising other people's games. Yeah, we don't need that wood in there. Or that stone. I feel like we just don't have enough tracks still, though. We're fine. Keep going. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop shooting my friend. I'll indeed give that a go. Thank you very much, Valdak. I don't know if it'll be a stream thing in any time soon though, just because my stream time is pretty limited. Generally, I probably won't be streaming 2 days in a row for the time being. I don't know what my weekday streaming will be like. I don't know what streaming looks like at the moment, let's be honest. I need to make sure, of course, that I'm not just the guy who just plays video games and lets his wife do all the work, because I think that would be incredibly sad and irresponsible. And I don't want to be that guy. Which I don't think anyone would question. Oh, of course. And I mean, when I stream, it is with the with Panda's blessing as well. Like, if Panda at any point says, "Hey, look, I need you now," you know, I abandon the stream. This is how life's going to be for the next few years. I don't know how long that's for, but probably a lot longer than you'd think. 18 years, probably true. That's probably less than that. Probably less than 18 years. Maybe 10. I mean, at some point the child becomes pretty independent, you know? At some point the child's just playing whatever the heck he wants to play and just make sure he's gone to bed. And then gone and checked on him, found out that he's snuck the Switch or whatever the hell current handheld device into his room, and now he's playing video games until like a ridiculous hour. And then going, well, I'm confiscating that. 12 years. Yeah, well, yeah, because they go from puppy phase to cat phase, right? Puppies want to meet everyone and talk to everyone because they're really excited, and then they go cats, and they just want to hide under, like, in a dark room and not see anyone. Wait, what is? That I've done that? No, but if I had a handheld console, I absolutely would have. If I had a handheld console, I would have absolutely just taken it to bed and, like, played video games when I was supposed to be sleeping. But they didn't exist. Like, I didn't have one when I was, that age. But if I did, I would have. But when would I read? That's probably when I would read, honestly. Like, I would probably leave the light on and keep reading, but, you know, generally I would just fall asleep reading. Game Boy Colors went back. I didn't have a Game Boy Color. My first Game Boy was the Game Boy Advance. Also, hi. Hey, Zoe. I'm probably going to wrap up in about a minute or two. I've just noticed it's kind of late. And this may be a surprise, but I'm not getting a lot of sleep these days. I mean, Panda's getting less than me, obviously. Like, all I do is sort of sit with him at the moment and make sure he's okay and, you know, change him. But I mean, nah, look, my dad was a gamer and I always thought it was super cool. So, like, my dad bought me games, not because I wished for them, but because he thought the game looked pretty cool as well. Like, my dad was like a D&D player from the 80s. And my first handheld console was the Game Boy Advance SP, which is the one with the backlit screen. And I bought it so I could play Pokemon and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I don't really buy a lot of Game Boy Advance games. Like, I'm just trying to think what the Game Boy Advance games I had. Pokemon Ruby. Uh, oh, there was the first WarioWare game. That was pretty sweet. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Advance Wars 2, actually. It wasn't Advance Wars 1. That's fine. You can show your age if you want. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else I actually had. I didn't go super hard on the Game Boy Advance. First Pokemon game was Yellow. I mean, the first Pokemon game I played was Red, but it was more because I acquired it through a friend. And it was really weird because I didn't have a Game Boy and I was still able to play it. I don't know how that happened. Strange. Very strange. How did I play a game on a console I didn't own? And we may never know the answer to that question. But, you know what, this is when you sort of go, well, yes, piracy does have a strength, which is I've bought like 4 or 5 Pokemon games since then, which I may not have bought any if I didn't love the series. Well, I don't love the Pokemon series. I love the idea of Pokemon. Mainline Pokemon games I find it dull. But that's just me. Alright, and you know what? That might be us for the night. I think we've done well. We are at the vaulted position of 6.5%. We haven't really moved that far today. We spent a lot of time working on this mine that failed. Why has they haven't made a full... I thought that's what Arceus was going to be, but I guess not. Alright, I was excited for Arceus, and then Arceus was like, oh, it's just Pokemon again. I'm like, ugh. Never mind. Actually, I thought that was going to be like Breath of the Wild Pokemon. Which I was excited about. Because you. Oh, my marker station. Yeah, I'm not doing marker stations like that. I am marking them by another method. I'm marking them by the title of the episodes, and then I can go back and check how far I've gone each episode. The graph is looking very sad. I made a graph a while back. I'll probably put the new graph in soon. But the graph's sad. It's not great. Anyway, let's call it here. What percentage am I at? 6.5%. What I need is a iron and stone mine close together, and then I will just mine them and make stuff. Yeah, I know. I know. It's slow going. Anyway, don't mind the sound, I'm just looking at something. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. If you're new here, please do consider following. My timeline is a little bit inconsistent these days, and I don't know exactly how often I'll be streaming, but I'm aiming for about 2 or 3 times a week about this time. So keep an eye out for that. Seeing how long this thing was, it was kind of long. Look at that. 6.5 after all that. Yeah, it's a long run. I regret everything, don't you worry. But yeah, so if you enjoyed it, please consider following. If you haven't, that's fine too. I also post the VODs on the youtube.com/SeiferKatt. Currently posting the VODs for a sushi belt run, which is very silly. And you can also go to the Discord where you can find me outside my regular streaming time. Beyond that, I have nothing more to say. Thank you very much for watching again, and I'll see you next time, maybe in a couple of days, maybe more likely Saturday. Take care, everyone.